This is the Podcast of Owls, episode number 15 for the week of May 24th, 2018. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Podcast of Owls, your one-stop podcast for RuneScape quests, lore, future updates, and much, much more. I am your host Crondis, and today I am joined by Amascut.
Hello.
Avernic.
Salutations.
And we have a very sickly Walter in the chat. Was that your impressions of Walter?
Yep.
And also the impressions of me, because I'm also coughing my lungs out.
There you go.
The joys of push-to-talk. Alright guys, so we have got the May Build a Backlog poll to talk about today. Some decent things on there, some pretty good things, some things I question their judgment about. So, you know, the typical Jagex poll.
And moving the max guild.
A splattering. Memes.
So many memes.
Yep.
Memes for days.
All
In
right,
a nutshell, there's a lot of memes.
There's always a lot of memes, though. I mean, isn't that the
This
job
full
of
of
Reddit?
Good point.
All right. Well, before we get to that, let's head over into news.
Great.
All right. So I think you had some ninja fixes you wanted to talk about.
Lodestones have been graphically updated, and they now look terrifying.
Can we just remove them? I'd like that better.
I don't think that's going to ever happen.
It's not because people are whiny.
C4TAA has been removed.
Yay!
Normal 4TAA remains.
No.
And they're treating it as part of
feature.
like a feature now.
Boo.
It's fine. You can now configure your divination rifts to choose what your left-click option is. Tears of Gothics has been made less clunky, and the streams stay in position for longer, so, hey, maybe worth doing.
So,
Yay.
not infuriating as hell.
Yeah.
Infuriating is like upper hell.
Yeah,
not lower
and
hell.
you can now buy teleports to the Elf City fishing area, the waterfall fishing area, if you so desired.
Because running
Go
is
do
hard.
sailfish instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really all the important stuff patch notes wise this week. But,
Yeah, there's not much
the
more
other-
news this week.
The other big news is that RuneScape Classic is closing in 3 months, I believe. It is closing. Boy, this is a really long post. 6th of August, 2018.
Good
Go
night,
use
sweet
those
prince.
sleeping bags.
They fly to Velvarg, sing thee to thy
Yeah.
rest.
Basically, they're running into lots and lots and lots of bugs, and they finally decided, hey, we've reached the point where it's too much.
They finally realized that a game that is 95% botted probably doesn't need to exist anymore.
Pretty much.
Like, people are upset, but, you know, let's be honest. Do you actually play it? No?
No,
Then...
got my classic cape and moved on.
Classic
Yeah,
cake.
exactly.
Like I hate to say it, but just it's so outdated, and it's not worth them supporting anymore.
It really
so
is.
impossible to play.
Well, it's impossible because of how we're used to the game these days.
Fair enough, but
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 yeah,
then
so-
again, sleeping bags. Gotta question
Yeah.
your judgment on that one, guys.
Yep. Kudos to Jagex for upkeeping it so long for those few that still play it, but fairly well.
kudos to those who maxed out on the game.
You know, if you have done that, you have the patience of a saint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not have that kind of patience.
You can barely max on this game.
You're right. I did barely do that. They are also closing Fun Orb, if anyone cares about that.
Yeah, we did already discuss that one, I think, too, a couple
Did
weeks
we?
ago.
Oh.
Whenever that got announced.
Yeah, this is just kind of like the follow-up to that, so...
Yeah. Basically, they're closing off their stuff that isn't really getting any more support. So,
Make room for new stuff,
Yeah.
probably.
I mean, I'm sure it still has, like, engine and server costs and shit to just keep all that running for
Oh,
no one
for
to play
sure.
it, so...
Yeah.
No real need to keep that running.
hmm
That'd be like them actively supporting War of Legends, if anyone remembers that one.
Oh yeah, War of Legends.
Yeah, that game that no one liked.
It wasn't even their game. They were just the publisher for it.
Well, they bought it from a Chinese company, I believe,
Yeah.
or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
There was a
something
weird
like that.
story with that
It was
one.
a bad game.
All right.
Happens.
Well, I think we're done with news already. That was
Oh,
quick.
we trudged through that.
Yeah. So let's get on over with things that people actually care about. Alright guys, so we've got the build a backlog for May. So starting out, which of these Game Jam updates would you be eager for us to work on? Fang, would you like to go through them?
Yes. Alright, so the first one is the Achievement Bonanza. This is just a bunch of new achievements from Mod Shogun. Probably more than what we got just in the Game Jam stream, so Nomad Soul Cape support titles and trio dungeons, resource dungeons, reputation, Saren symbol, gnome cocktails, and anything else that he can think of. They said a big focus on skilling, most likely.
Yes. Bring on more achievements.
Did you vote for it?
Did not
Yes.
vote for this,
If
because
I did, I have a problem.
I am not an
boy.
achievement whore, so I do not care about achievements.
I am a dirty, dirty achievement whore, so I voted
You
for it.
both are. I am the odd one out on this one.
It's so much fun to watch that rune score go up.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Give me that fat rune score.
But yeah, just more achievements sound great. I really like the ports one. I think
Yeah.
he said during the game jam that he ended up making a ports section in the mini games achievements
Yes.
because there's so many of them that you could put. You could do all the voyages, all of the meeting the people, all of the find all the scrolls, do each of the random events once, stuff like that.
And I was really excited by that. It looks really great, and
Yeah,
I
it
have
deserves
always
it.
wanted achievements for ports, so yay! Indeed. Alright, next up is the alchemical onyx items, including the teleport compactor. More uses for alchemical onyx from Timbo and a Raider, including the teleport compactor and the Grace of the Elves skilling amulet. I'm not sure if they've narrowed it down to these two, or just these are
They
the ones
have.
they happen to mention on the poll.
These are the two they would do.
Okay, because it says including.
They skipped out on that sigil they proposed, but I think it's
Okay.
because it didn't get too much love.
Which is
Right.
bad, because the sigil was like the one thing I actually liked.
And yeah, they're skipping out on the invention one because they already skipped out on that one.
Yeah,
Okay, fair enough.
I didn't vote for this just because, like, I don't particularly care about alchemical onyx stuff all that much. Like, if it happens, fine, I'm glad. It's just not
Yeah,
something I personally care about.
I voted for it, but I had a really shitty reason for it.
Your reason is
Making clue scrolls even more valuable.
Oh
Oh.
boy.
okay. That's a reason.
Yeah.
I voted for it because I like the effects. Like
I did
think-
also like the teleport compactor.
like the
honestly.
teleport
I would
compactor. I'd use
that.
the hell out of one of those for clue scrolls, and the Saren one. I
And
would
like Grace of the Elves, yeah, it being
the
a skilling amulet is very interesting.
Yeah, and then you have to pick between that and like the Necklace of Shadows, and then interesting options there. And I think it's pretty useful all around.
Yeah, I like these. These are nice,
So yeah, I voted
but
for
also
that.
make my clue scrolls more valuable. So like win-win on all sides. All right, next one is boss practice mode, Virago, and Telos skippable stages. So basically, you can practice any type of Telos in Rage, and even skip to different phases. Same done for Virago. Shawnee would make this.
Did
And,
not vote for.
I mean, we kind of already gone through this before where we had the practice modes. So it's... I don't know.
I don't really
Does
care
anyone
about
actually
the
do
practice
them,
mode.
is the thing?
Not really. If anything, this would make people do it though, because right now practice mode is just safe death, the same exact thing.
Yeah, you just can't get your kills for them, so...
So I was a little split on this one myself. I would love a practice mode just so I can understand Telos a little better without having to die 5 billion times. However, I did not vote for this.
I did not either.
As nice as it could be, practice mode has been essentially nothing but useless for most players. And while being able to skip phases is nice, I don't see this as a long-term valuable update, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But hey, if it wins and gets made, like, I'm not gonna complain.
And this one happens to be doing better than the achievement one. Yeah.
Grr noises, grr.
So far.
Next one is clan updates from Shawnee.
This is the one that I voted for in this section.
Of course I voted for this, and it's doing pretty well. It's got 36%.
Yeah.
I totally
individually muting clan members, avatar attainable at any rate, number of people in the clan to be listed, urns working in Citadels, and notice board revamp, so many other things. I want this, I need this, give it to me now.
Nice.
Yeah. Cooking Guild increased functionality in the mini quests from Mod Tomb.
Yes.
It updates the guild, adds 4 tiers to it, some mini quests to unlock each tier, similar to the capers from the Thieves Guild.
Yes.
And adventures to make things like dough balls, smoked meats, stewing, and regional cooking from around the world. And it's got 40% of the vote, so I expect to see this one.
I hope so. I really like the Thieving Guild model.
I'm legitimately surprised this is doing as well as it is. I did not expect it to.
Yeah,
Even though you
I didn't. It's just one of those things that's like, it feels so niche, but it's doing really well. So
yeah, like I really want this. I voted for this. I thought it was great during Game Jam. I'm really excited for this.
I didn't vote for it just because it wasn't one of the things in Game Jam I paid attention to, but I'd
Okay.
actually be happy for it. So
This would like revolutionize pretty much cooking over. Like just the dough balls on its own would probably change cooking a ton. But in addition to that, the mini quests and the extra training things and the extra benefits, the rewards to
extra
cooking.
benefits to using the guild for new mini quests. Like yes,
right. Like
there's a lot to love in this, and I'm glad to see it's doing so.
And then the regional cooking is that gives you those D&Ds as you're doing your cooking training. Which
yeah,
would be amazing as well.
Which is awesome.
So I really hope this one makes it through.
All right. Next was the player-owned house contracts. Basically, you go into another NPC's
you skipped a couple.
Owned home. Oh, whoops.
The blog doesn't have all of the options.
Yes, it does.
You skip portable hunter swarms, river demon.
No, that's after.
That's below the player-owned house contract.
Why are they in a different order?
They're not.
They're not.
The website and the poll is there in the blog is the same. Come on, man.
Okay, maybe I'm just blind.
Are you looking at the end game?
No.
What?
Player-owned house contracts. Build rooms for NPCs from Mod Ryan. Basically, you receive a construction contract from NPCs. You travel to their house with your own resources, and you build what they're asking for, separated into easy, medium, and hard, with construction rewards, and also points participating in the content, which allows for the purchase of rewards.
I do not like this. It feels like they are trying to cheap their way out of a construction rework.
This is the exact opposite of that to me. This actually feels like they are trying to diversify construction training to not just be, here's a table, I'm going to hit it 400 times until I'm going to...
I would rather get the construction rework to fix that instead.
This is not the construction rework.
I'm aware.
This is not intended to be the construction rework. This is intended to be part of their skilling thing that they're doing right now with varied projects.
I'm aware. I know this isn't meant to be the construction rework. I'm saying if they're going to put time into construction, I would want it to be the construction rework.
The other thing, though, is this was Game Jam, for one, so it's not a ton of time being put into construction. And two, their big rework right now is the mining and smithing, so we wouldn't see any uptake to construction for at least a year and a half.
I also wouldn't want them to put something into construction that then has to be changed later.
I doubt this would be, though. All you have to do is go in there and build the things that they request. Changing construction isn't going to be changing, the fact that you build items. That's for sure. So I love that this is a more varied way of training construction that requires you to build lots of different things within the skill and earn some hopefully interesting rewards in the process. This feels like a nice variation of construction from your usual nonsense.
Okay, so here's my thoughts. First of all, the construction rework's main goal is to give a training method to construction that is not build destroy. This is a training method, so this fills the role of a construction rework to me. But while I was looking at this, the thing I noticed is missing from this poll is that during the Game Jam, Kelpie was working on Garden of Tranquility 2, the construction version of it for Varrock. And in that chat, a really popular reward for that quest, what people were talking about is convert one of the buildings in Varrock to a construction guild. And in that guild, they'd have contracts to build rooms for people. So I think this would work great as like taking that cooking guild model and have the reward of that guild's mini quests and stuff be these construction contracts.
But then there'd only be like 3 or 4 of them.
3 or 4. No, not have the contracts be the mini quests, but have the reward of it be this system.
I see.
Like how cooking's system reward.
I'm assuming that Guardian of Tranquility 2 was either scrapped or
probably
pushed to
scrapped.
a project.
Makes me sad because I thought it was coming along really nicely.
And I thought it was getting a lot of support.
So if that was a possibility to bring it back and incorporate this into that reward, like the Cooking Guild is rewarding those traveling cooks to have different contracts for cooking, I think that'd be really cool. And I just really like how it's a training method for construction. Like, that's the point of all these skilling updates we've been getting, is to provide more training methods. And construction just doesn't really have one ever.
Yeah.
So this would be the first training method for it. That's my thought.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It just seems really cool to me, and I'm a big fan of it.
Same. Voted for it.
I mean, technically, we have that one mini game per D&D that gives construction.
Which one is that?
The God statues, right?
Monthly? Okay.
34K
34K per
yes.
34,
a month.
Yeah, a month.
Yeah, I don't think that counts.
Probably not, but you know.
Anyways, moving on.
Yep. Portable hunter swarms.
Ew.
Yeah.
Basically, you gather hunter creatures like implings without gaining their resources. Then you take them to a spot with other players and drop them. And then you get a share of the spoils and XP. So basically, it's a time-consuming, shitty version of divination portable locations.
Like, I'm all for some social skilling stuff, but this feels like you're taking that way too far.
How is this not just a divine box trap?
It is a divine box trap, but you have to go out and catch mobs and gain no rewards for it. That's why I hate this. That's why I said it's like divine locations. It's so bad.
So, yeah, didn't vote for it. It's not doing well at all.
I'm glad.
The least voted in the second.
Yeah, I didn't vote for it either. It's so dumb. Like, I'm sorry, but this is so useless.
It is.
I remember seeing this during the jam itself and being like, what? So I'm glad to see it's not doing too well, because this did not seem worthwhile. Alright, Ripper Demon Pet, the Nipper Demon.
I'm curious why this is being polled.
Yeah, I actually voted yes for this simply because I'm pretty sure it's done.
He straight up made it. It has animations and it has dialogue.
Osborne wrote the dialogue for it, and I need to do the Ripper Demon requirement for the Master Quest Cape anyway, so I'll wait for this to come out.
Like, okay, if it's done, just put it out.
That's why I voted for it, though. Just to,
I don't get it.
Make sure that this was a done update. Just put it out.
It's got 25% of the vote, so...
Yeah,
probably enough.
Not doing terribly.
The reason people wouldn't vote for it is because it's supposed to be a super rare pet like Adamoose.
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that, yeah.
Great. The next one is the shop rework. Stocking shops to receive managing Miscellanea style rewards. Modmark's update, basically they're saying that shops don't have a purpose, and Modmark wants to change that. Shops would request the player's help.
Do you know what's
for them to contribute shop stock and remove infestations of monsters? And then you get accepted as a partner, can benefit from the shops offline, and then you send out trade caravans.
You know what's so funny about this? They say shops are useless. They intentionally made shops useless.
Indeed.
Many years ago.
But, furthermore, what the fuck is this?
I don't know.
Like, again, Mark, I'm sorry, but this is 0 for 2 in my eyes. And shockingly, this is getting a ton of the vote. But, like...
Which is weird.
What is the central theme of this? It's a mess. Like, this is really a mess. So basically, shops are useless. So how are we going to fix that? Make a whole minigame that keeps shops useless, but now you just happen to go into that building to give them shit. What? And then there's monsters you have to fight. You get accepted as a partner, and you get profit from stuff offline, like managing Misc, except in a shop. And then for some reason, you send out trade caravans that is being compared similarly to Bird and the Beast, but like, Would other players attack them? Like, what?
This seems like one of those dev meetings where no idea is shot down, gone horribly wrong.
This sounds like one of those ideas where somebody tried really hard to cram every single thing they could think of into a single idea, and then, like, vomited it all out together as one. I'm sorry, but I'm legitimately confused as to what the core aims of this are.
I think the reason it's getting support is just because it has that Miscellanea tag on it.
Which is, hey, contribute some stuff AFK and then come back in 3 months and profit. That's not what this is aiming for. This is not what this is describing. I really dislike how it says that it's a shops rework about, making shops useful again, but it's not. It's about turning shops into a mini game.
It seems like
you don't do any shopping, you do the stocking of the shops.
It seems like a really weird and all over the place one-off activity, which just gives you a second Miscellanea.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this.
Or a bunch of small Miscellaneas.
I thought this was messy and weird, and I don't think this, in its current form, has any semblance of a solid idea.
Now, if you kind of transform it into a tail sort of thing, I could see it more like that.
No, I'm even further away as this is a piece of story content. This is even worse as a piece of story content.
Maybe not as story content, but like a one-off mechanical. Don't sell it as a mini game. I don't know.
The concept of this as a mini game is shops are useless, monsters are attacking them.
Doesn't feel like
go kill monsters, give them a bunch of free shit, get some kickback from the stores, earn your way up to be a partner, and then when you're a partner, send out trade caravans to places, all to just get some money instead of wanting to use the shop.
Yeah, I don't think I know how to spin it really.
Just as far as I can tell, this does the opposite of fixing shops and just adds a whole mini game to them instead. And I hate that.
Yeah.
If you're going to say that you want to rework shops, rework them in a way that makes them interesting and worthwhile to use, not in a way that just goes, well, they're still going to be completely useless and not worthwhile, but now you can give them stuff and get AFK rewards. So, yeah, this was a pass from me.
Yeah.
I did pass.
Alright, unstable resource dungeons, randomized loot caves. These work like Uncharted Isle maps. You get a map to a spot, and on reaching it, you can choose to enter solo or invite others. Dungeons have random resources inside, and the player has a timer to gather as much as they want from Mod, Iago, and Edge.
Okay.
Yes, please.
So I voted no for, I think, a weird reason. So the way I'm seeing it is not to dislike Uncharted Isles or whatever, is we're right now in this era of providing lots of skilling updates that are unique and varied. And the thing that Uncharted Isles did is it took six skills of opportunity, and clumps them all into the same one mechanic. And I see the same thing happening here, and I want more variety like we've been getting with the fire making, with the wood cutting and stuff like that. And there's taking all the gathering skills, again, like Uncharted Isles, and doing the same thing with them with the randomized, except the time limit this time.
I will also add that they mentioned that you could choose to get resources or experience from this.
Same, I mean, the XP is what we already have.
Like that.
The resources would be the new one. Yeah. And I guess...
I think this is an interesting idea. It adds some social aspects where you can bring your buddy along to also get some cool stuff. And I just like the idea of more resource dungeons, even if they're unstable. So,
I'd be okay with it. I just want to see more variety from my skilling updates.
Admittedly, I'm also a dungeoneering slut. You asked me if I wanted dungeoneering update, and I will just go, yes, please.
I mean, I'm also a dungeoneering slut, so I'll take it for that. But it seems to be doing rather well, so
it's doing okay.
It could happen.
It's doing well enough. I'm interested. I want to see what happens with it. It reminds me of that that compass aura thingy from a couple years ago.
I want to say I know what you're talking about. I think I do.
It was that one compass thing where you gathered the 4 parts of the aura, and then every day you could go into a secret resource dungeon and gather some random shit.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Is
I
it the
forgot about
Explorers?
that.
Yeah, the Explorers aura.
Yeah.
From the road trip, that's what it was.
I totally forgot about
You're
that.
calling way back on my memory.
This was 2015, so it's only 3 years back, guys. This was literally May 1st, 2015.
My memory's only good for 3 days.
Oh, okay. But yeah,
My memory doesn't work on things that don't matter. So
it reminds me of that, where you would drop into a cave and you could either do some combat or some skilling. This seems kind of similar, and I liked that, and I like this.
All right.
All right, we are done with.
No, you missed the last one in this section, Fang. None of the above.
That's 4% of the vote.
Currently has 4% of the vote.
I'm really surprised this one's polling this low. This seemed like a big passion project from from Mod Osborne, and I don't understand why people wouldn't want this one. He had a really solid pitch going into it. It's a sequel to You Are It called None of the Above, and I'm just.
You know what's really bad is I can actually see the sequel being named None of the Above.
Oh man. I feel like if I'd kept that going for another minute or two, some people listening to this might have believed it.
Might have believed it.
Very possible.
Wait, oh shit, guys, I didn't vote for that. I thought they actually meant none of the above. Oh no! What have I done?
Man. I've missed a chance for a quest. No, this was just the none of the above option.
Alright.
Apparently, 748 people have wasted their vote on this.
Speaking of quests, though, not just Scar and Tranquility didn't make it in. None of the quests made it into this poll.
Yeah,
none of the quests.
Honestly, I think that's because all of the quests on there are either still in tap, and thus not part of the build a backlog, or are either canned or picked up already.
Still have yet to hear anything on Elemental Workshop 5. Where the fuck is it, guys?
Give!
Where'd it go?
Where?
Doctor, give!
Where is it? Alright,
Alternatively, Dylan, come back to Jagex again! Give!
You could do that too. I would accept you.
He has come back twice. I would be happy.
Alright.
Anyway.
The next section. Which of these smaller updates?
I'm just going to shout yes before I even start the next one. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aquarium-style perk system for safe cracking and thieving.
You mean the thing that should have been there on launch?
Yes. Why is this not in it already?
I have a problem with the pitch, though. I have a problem with the pitch. It says you just buy the treasures with hanky points. First of all,
we could implement something like that.
But first of all, we don't get hanky points from safe cracking.
No, we get pilfer points.
We get pilfer points. That's the first problem.
I feel like that's
I don't just want to file the perks. I want to find them like with Aquarium, like with from the prawn crack. Like
I agree. I would like to find some secret item from safe cracking, and then another from monkey knife fighters as I beat them mercilessly.
And then you have some that are like all over the safes. You have some that are specific to just the Zemmereagle safes. Some that are
region,
the Daenerys safes.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
That's really more akin to what I'm looking for, but.
And then you open up that giant vault in the back of the guild. You put a bunch of plinths in there. You have each treasure go in each one. You activate the perks with them. You give a little backstory or like a sentence about what the item is and why it's important.
No. Rewinding here. Hellring actually had a really good suggestion on Twitter. Have each one be a piece of vital spy intelligence that you're gathering, and you can get some cool like kingdom politics lore from it.
I'm not sure why the Thieves Guild would be dealing in spy stuff unless it's just coincidentally spy stuff.
Stealing shit.
I guess if it happens to all be into...
I mean, thieves and spies kind of go hand in hand.
Because we're already stealing treasures like gems and paintings and stuff like that. But whatever.
But like, what else would you lock up in a safe other than money? Valuable information.
Actually, I think you burn valuable information.
That too. So we should make this for the fire-making purpose.
Yes. We are actually going for all the kings and burning all their valuable information.
I see.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but you obviously lock up Zemmereagle's teddy.
There we go.
Yeah.
And the Moonstone from Daenerys.
There we go.
See, that's why that random crystal thing in Curse of a Rob was just out in the nowhere. Because his teddy was in his safe, so it had no room.
Exactly.
So...
You're actually just collecting all the treasures from Dimension Disaster.
Oh my god, I would lose my shit.
The paperweight.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of this.
What the hell is this Lornab head doing in the safe?
How did it fit in there?
And then you just do the same system, or if you fill it up, you get to prestige it, and you unlock a second perk slot, and you put a perk for each one for thieving, and then you're done.
Get a maximum of 4 and move on. I love this. Please do this. Next one. And it's doing
it's doing what?
It's doing decently. It's got 33%.
A third of the people like it.
Yeah. Next up is Elite Slayer creature improvement with new and separate drop tables, because elite mobs are kind of shit. To be honest.
Worth it?
No.
Yeah. They want to introduce drops that can only be gained from elites, and to improve their quality of drops, as well as add some additional combat mechanics to be shared across all elite mobs.
Because we certainly haven't had enough Slayer focus.
I actually agree with most of this.
I didn't vote for it, but I guess I'd be okay with it.
I did vote
see it as a priority.
But I have one issue with this, and it made me hold back for a hot minute here. So I like the idea of unique drops. They don't need to be crazy useful, but they just need to be something. I also like the idea of improving the quality, because it's trash. My issue is actually that they want to add more combat mechanics shared across all elite mobs. I don't want to see that.
I think they just homogenizes them. They should be more specific to what they are, not to...
That is exactly it. I want to see is them to build a system of perks for each elite mob, specifically.
Put that effort in, though.
Yeah, but like similar to Demon Flash mobs, where you have like 3 to 5 different varieties, and when your elite mob is spawned, it picks 1 to 3 of those varieties.
Do it based off that suffix?
Exactly.
Okay, that's fair.
And I think that would be a really cool way of making elite mobs feel unique, where it appears and you're like, shit, let's get ready for an actual fight where I got to prepare for a couple mechanics. I would really enjoy that, but I don't want it just homogenized, so it's like, oh, this Aqua Knight deals melee damage, because that's what I'm fighting this with.
Every 15th hit is an insta-kill.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I would be much more interested in some more like creature-specific types of attacks and abilities. But the rest of this, I actually don't mind. So I voted for it because I have lots of Slayer to still do and lots of elite creatures to accidentally kill.
Don't we all?
Yes.
Sadly.
Next one is Rann Smuggling.
I voted no.
I did not vote for it because I'm not sure what they meant.
Like,
is it
Did you not read the blog?
The blog was... I don't think the blog was up when I voted.
One of the great emergent joys of the game has been to smuggle items past the Entrenan monks in Port Sarim, and then use those items to make weapons and armor. This makes a full monthly D&D of that, with a rather dodgy Entrenan monk who will pay handsomely if you manage to bring him certain items. I said yes. I actually think this is kind of creative.
You think that a monthly D&D about bringing dragon hide to Intrana and crafting a body and giving you GP for it is worth it?
Depends on what the items they choose are, because if we can get some actually interesting choices that aren't just bring me a red dragonhide body,
I think it's just existing
I'd
items.
be interested.
I mean, I would be interested to see how they could work like some really weird items into there.
Yeah.
But like you see how creative people can be into getting things on the island.
Oh, I totally agree.
But it's it's kind of hard when most like raw materials are not banned.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like it's gonna be found
so I was curious to see what kind of creative stuff they'd come out with this, if they did. So I did go ahead and vote for it because I think it's kind of a cute idea. It also doesn't seem like it'd be that incredibly hard to make.
Probably not.
So yeah, I said go for it.
I'm also not a big fan of monthly D&Ds, but whatever.
I don't mind it.
Yes, it's just for GP.
Yeah.
Like just as paying, so I don't see like the reward aspect that's appealing. Yeah. But
hey, fair enough. I knew this one would be a little divisive. I just thought it was kind of cute. So.
Of course you did.
I did.
You rascal.
Slimy rascal. Alright, next one is gameplay replacement for continuous 4-tick auto-attacking. Let's be real, nobody here voted yes for that.
No, did not.
It has 22% of the vote right now, which means it's probably not happening.
Just means, basically that vote is just for, do you want us to put a new system into combat that requires you to click for, which I think they're just doing anyway with other things, it has to be specifically this.
And my favorite part is the description on it. This option would be to design and develop a replacement that captures its joyful elements, skillful, fast reaction mechanics, will deal
Joyful.
greater DPS in high-intensity combat encounters. Yes, because spam clicking dramatically every single time you cast an ability was joyful and skillful. No, it was just fucking stupid, and I'm glad they removed it. So, yeah, nah. No, thank you. Hard pass.
Fair.
Halloween event / quest.
Yes.
The blog was a nice breath of fresh air. It says, we're definitely going to make an event or quest, but it allows us to see how many people want it, giving us context. It's got 39% of the vote in this section, which gives me hope that
Means it's getting 39%.
it shows them that they want enough. Like, enough people are like, yeah, we want this shit. Give it to us.
We also want you to not get rid of it when it's good.
And also make it permanent and called Broken Minds and be a sequel to Broken Home, please and thank you.
Should we tie this into the other Halloween one real fast?
I'm sliding a $20 bill across my desk right now.
Of course.
You're not here to see it, but I'm doing it.
So, yes, of course, we all voted yes. I think we all want it to be a permanent quest.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we all want it to be we want to be Broken Minds.
Listen, I think if they added Broken Minds in and it wasn't permanent, Fang might have an aneurysm.
Well,
I would probably permanently start playing Guild Wars 2.
I think Broken Minds deserves more time than they'd give the Halloween update.
Depends. From what I'm gathering from this, it sounds like they
might give it a ton.
Well, no, it sounds like they're polling this specifically to see, hey, what's the initial interest, and then they're going to poll again closer towards Halloween as they start the development cycle for this, saying, what do you actually want from this?
The thing with Broken Minds, I think it has to be mechanically more than
Different.
Broken Home was.
Not more. I don't want it to see it build off of it. I want to see it be different.
I want to build on it.
I do not want to be peeking through doors and running into rooms. I do want puzzles and creepy environments.
Well,
but remember, when we went down in the asylum, there was not door peeking.
I guess.
And this quest, if following my initial design, is in the asylum.
Fine.
Does
There's
not
no
feature
door peeking option. We have the same room structures and the same map and the same doors being locked for reasons.
I'm fine with doors being locked and keys to find, but I'm not looking for is I'm not looking for peeking. I'm not looking for.
What about the smoke? Were you not a fan of the smoke?
It wouldn't really have a place down in the asylum.
I know, but something similar, like a blood trail or something.
Potentially, depends.
I thought something.
I would like this to be a story sequel to Broken Home, not a mechanical sequel to Broken Home.
I want to both.
Especially because I know that there are a lot of people out there who did not enjoy the mechanics of Broken Home. I did. I thought they were great.
I thought the mechanics were
inspired. I think following those mechanics again means this would need to be set in the mansion, and I see this more as a chance to explore Neighbor's Asylum.
Definitely a Zautak Asylum thing.
Absolutely.
But my other thing for Halloween is that if we skip to the option where reactivating old Halloween events, if we bring back something like Ghost Stories, maybe put a week in to make it permanent. I don't know.
Yes, I mean, if you're gonna take the effort to bring back Ghost Stories, just give it to us.
Make it permanent.
Come on.
It already plugs in the quest systems.
We all know that poll was utter bullshit, and that it should have stayed.
Over 50% of people voted to keep it.
It was like 60-something, wasn't
it? Yeah. And then if like something like Broken Minds, that scale isn't possible, I'd be up for a follow-up to Ghost Stories with, instead of 10 different ghosts, like one high-profile ghost that you're solving with closure. But that's something that is derivative.
Yeah.
It's an idea. But yeah, for the reactivation, I vote yes as well, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And especially Day of the Dead, because that's actually one I missed.
Oh, that was a good one.
It was. I saw it was a good one.
Anyway, next one in this poll is Iron Man and Group Iron Man Guild.
No.
No. The problem with it's a guild that your account cannot earn the ability to enter. It will be locked off content.
Are you an Iron Man? Here's a
Correct.
place to go be an Iron Man.
There are main
Thank you.
accounts which are made to play all the content. You make the account and you want to play everything. Iron Man is the account you limit yourself from the content. So why are you limiting the accounts that are for all the content?
I feel like they've
I
lost
had no
their
interest in this.
understanding of what Iron Man is.
I don't know what you put in Iron Man guilds. Like, just put it in regular guilds.
They're actually really proving to me that they don't with the whole group Iron Man bullshit. But that's gotten delayed. Like, it's a shame for all the
Good.
people that were excited about it and all, but like, I really did not care.
I
for
don't
that.
care. It's a waste of time for an account that is intentionally... Like, the point is to limit yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was always my thought on it as well. The whole point of it was to be a solo, single-player challenge opportunity, and they're making an update for it that makes it not a solo challenge. I didn't see any reason for it in the first place, and while it's a shame because it looks like there's a lot of people that were excited for it, I wasn't, and I thought it was a waste of development time.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Max Guild improvements, more functionality, and memes.
and
Relocation to GE.
relocating to the GE because... Why not?
Well, at least
I
that's already been-
know that they already know that people don't want it,
That's been
but I
scrapped.
voted on this day one, and so I did not vote for this specifically because it had the relocation to GE on it.
What?
I am willing
Same.
and happy to vote for the more functionality option.
Okay,
but
I don't
until that's the
understand
only
that.
option.
Well, yes.
I'm
yes.
not voting for this.
Yes, I would go
Why
for
did-
more functionality, but what was going through your heads when you were thinking, yeah, we're going to put this at the GE now?
Why
Bad
does it
things.
need more functionality?
It doesn't, but hey, free stuff.
So there's Prick.
Yeah,
with
I mean,
Jacob-
that's really what it is. It
That
has
is definitely
no, it
what it
has
is.
no need, but if you want to give me more things, sure.
I mean, I'm not going to say no.
There's Prif, which they complain about everyone staying in Prif and they never leave. And now they have the Max Guild, which everyone that has unlocked will stay in and never ever leave because they made it even better. I
They
don't
just
understand.
Well, I think their
literally
logic
says that
was-
they want to do things like a challenge check-in to make it. Wait, what? Add things like challenge check-in to make it more than a place
We
to
already
just
have
show
that.
off.
Well, I think their logic was,
What?
if you let us move it out of Prif, we'll give you more functionality.
Wait. Do they not realize that they have a way to turn in daily challenges already in the Max
Yeah,
Guild?
it's been there since launch.
It always has been there. Now that I'm reading this blog again, I'm like, hang on a second, what? Do they not know that's there?
Okay,
Place
what?
to show. I don't know what they're showing off. You have the throne in there to show off. I don't understand.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be against some more interesting functionality-based stuff,
I don't get it.
but now
That's
that I'm reading
actually
this blog,
really
I'm actually
funny.
kind of confused.
It's actually really funny that they would even have place to show off, because it's like, it's the Max Guild. What are you going to show
It's
off?
literally-
Your
It's
Max cape?
literally the point
Your
of it,
Max
is to
cape?
show off.
Everyone in there has got one? Okay. You got, oh, well, you want to show off your comp cape? I already got
Guys,
that.
look what I got. I got the Max cape. I know, dumbass. That's why you're in
That's
here.
why you're here.
Like, go home, Reginald. You're drunk.
Meanwhile, the poor little soul sitting on the outside looking in, like, can I come in?
Please let me in. I have 99 strength, and shouldn't that be good enough?
No.
Mom! Get the camera.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't vote for this.
It should be the Max plus all quest
Because
skills.
the
but, you know.
really stupid GE thing, but like,
At the
I
end
don't
of the
I
day.
don't know what you were thinking when you put GE on there.
The Gs are not a good place for it. Like, looking at the Gs.
Like,
where
are
would
you just
put it?
gonna attach it to the side of Rock Castle?
Shove it into the back of the wilderness?
but I will say I
PvP
very
now.
the memes that have come out of this have been downright
Oh,
legendary.
they have been hilarious.
Which is your favorite meme?
Favorite one was the suggestion to knock down the building opposite of Jagex and put the Max Guild there. That was by far my
That
favorite
was a
one.
good one. I
I
loved that
really
one.
liked. What about putting the Grand Exchange in the Max Guild?
Or I also liked putting the Max Guild in old school RuneScape.
Yep, that was a good one.
And then also the Where's Waldo of where the Max Guild was. That was funny as well.
funny.
And then I also just really liked Jagex photoshopping it into a bunch of locations too. That was
Because
really
they
cool.
could.
Because they could.
Well, it's really
quickly
funny
caught on that people didn't want it.
when they've picked up on the meme. You know that it's gone south.
No, my favorite part is that
Oh,
it
yeah.
wasn't just that they picked up on the meme; it's that they picked up on the meme within 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like they realized really fast shit. People don't want that.
Yeah.
Meme time! The Dominion Tower one was funny too. I liked that one. Yeah, it's just been wildly entertaining, and I'm grateful it was on the poll specifically for a couple laughs.
Specifically for the memes.
Purely for the giggles.
Like, I understand this is a backlog poll and they're just gauging interest for it, but it's like, come on, guys. You could not
this
have
idea and thought it would seriously get support.
You could not tell me that you thought that people were gonna like that.
I'm just really confused who they thought would have wanted that.
People that don't like quests? I don't know. Maybe that's it.
Anyway, platinum tokens.
Allows
you to basically raise the max cash stack. You can't use them on the GE until the bank rework.
This has been an idea that has been around for years, which is basically just money of money. Like
the reason it's been around for years is because a lot of people are at max cash, and everybody uses spirit shards for it, and old school has it now.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, did old school add that? Is that why people?
Quite a while ago, actually.
Okay.
Just the fact of replacing spirit shards with actually money, I'd be okay with it. Yeah. I didn't vote for it.
It's not like spirit shards don't have a consistent value.
Well, see, here's the thing. Well, that's why they use spirit shards. Is because it's consistent at 25. It can never change value.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
buy for 25, you sell for 25. They are worth 25.
Yeah, exactly.
Bingo.
But while I did not vote for this, I'm totally fine with this being added.
Same.
I personally have no use for this because I don't have max cash. I'm poor as shit.
I mean, I wouldn't have any use for it, but it's just like, is this necessary?
Yeah, I think there's enough people in the game, especially high-end bossers, who would really appreciate this, and it would add a lot of functionality to the game for them, and they wouldn't have to be so awkward with the way they're able to store their money.
Eventually, it would get the G functionality, which I think is really what it needs.
Does anyone actually have a max stack of spirit shards?
Yes.
Yeah, people do.
Total, like, no question about that.
Yeah.
So these would be really nice. I think these should definitely come. I didn't vote for them again simply because it's not something that I personally want or need.
Correct.
But it's doing well enough without my vote, so go crazy.
Fair enough. Yep.
Right, PVM Hub.
You skipped one.
New
permanent high scores.
Oh, yeah, I did. New permanent high scores. I did not vote for this one.
I didn't vote for it either. I don't really care for the high scores.
I like the Dungeoneering Times one, but the problem is that's pay to win because Garaggio outfit until that's added permanently in the game.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised you didn't vote for this, Vernie, since it would add a high score for achievements.
I don't like high scores because someone hits it first and then they never drop down because there's a max. So.
That is true, but there's always being achievements added. You know, you could be your chance.
Oh my god, that would change all the time, dear Lord.
Yeah, constantly.
I never gain all the achievements, so.
Yeah.
There's an achievement for being the #1 player in the game.
I care less for high scores. I care for achievements.
Be #1 on the high score, plus 1 achievement.
You never lose now.
Yeah, I didn't vote for this. I didn't really think the website work required for this was worthwhile, but yeah. All right, PVM Hub, an introduction to bossing. A location in the game with PVM portals from the Max Guild if they have the Rex, where they can gather and form into groups for bossing. So the Max Guild. You're talking about the Max Guild.
No, please no.
We don't need more hubs in this game, really.
We really don't. I think that is the main issue here.
The only interesting thing here is it says the update would come with a system that prepares players for a career in PVM bossing. Things like default setups for group bossing, some limited time free gears, perhaps daily or weekly, that offer a strong loadout for given bosses. That is actually kind of appealing. I don't personally really need it because I've got all the gear I need for bossing, but I could definitely see it being helpful for people that are struggling to get into PVM in the first place.
Okay, I guess.
I still didn't vote for it.
The thing
I see. Go ahead.
I see PVM Hub, and I'm just picturing them putting it right in the middle of Falador Park or somewhere dumb like that. After what the Clue Scroll one and Worlds, they place these things in ridiculous places.
I'm just gonna place it outside of Relica.
And I don't want.
I also still feel like when you have a hub like this for PVM, you still have to put up with like the terrible PVM community.
Oh yeah.
So
it's the reason the grouping system isn't used at all.
Yeah. So it's like, I'd really rather never talk to those people ever. So thanks.
I've never really had a problem with those people myself.
Have you ever been in Raids FC?
I have, and I've never had a problem in Raids FC.
I'm with Bang.
However,
I've done really well there.
Yeah, I've never had an issue with them. But I don't think that a hub like this is really necessary.
How about instead we take the effort and improve the grouping system?
Exactly.
For like the fifth time.
That would be your hub.
So here's the thing though. Guild Wars 2 has a grouping system. It is commonly and regularly used and is really good.
Well, then there you go.
In fact, like RuneScape literally needs to go into Guild Wars 2, look at how their grouping system works, and put that in the game.
Just literally copy paste.
Grab the same UI, like I don't care.
It could even have the same graphics.
It's a really good grouping system, and RuneScape's is shit.
I don't understand how it got so bad.
Because they gave it zero support. You can't see what groups are available. It just tosses you into a random group.
Uh-huh.
There's not good things there. There's not things that incentivize you to go make a group and let anybody in.
Well, yes, but it's like... Obviously, I couldn't do it, but I feel like making a good grouping system could not possibly be that difficult.
It's not, but just Jagex made a really bad one.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
That's it.
That's what happened.
Evidence by no one uses it.
Nobody uses it. It's bad. End of story. All right. Reactivation of Oktoberfest.
No. Fudge, get rid of these events. I'm done with them.
Like, I used to really like the beach. I don't anymore.
But now we get the beach 5 times a year.
Yeah.
For a
Beach
month
plus
at a time.
Oktoberfest.
Heck, I used to really like those. I used to really like those Gatherathon events.
Oh god.
I don't anymore.
They get overdone.
I mean, I used to like the
at the point when we got like one
things.
every 2 months for a little while. Yeah, I used to really like those too.
The
I don't anymore.
one was revolutionary, and then it ended up going bad 3 of them later. By the time we got to the Fury Agents, it was done.
Yep, I didn't get a single tier of the Agents of Fury.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, but yeah, this
like it's a matter of overcompensating for what players say they like.
Yeah,
it's cool as a very limited time event that runs every once in a while and has enough time for players not to feel absurdly pressured.
But then
well, it's just one of those things. Like I feel like the MTF team is probably the most uncreative group of people I have ever seen.
Unfortunately, yes.
You like this one thing? Sure, we'll do it 30,000 more fucking times.
Here it is every single month for the next year.
Do you still like it? Do you still like it? No, here's another one.
When they hit on something good, I want to be like happy. Because it's like, oh, that was actually fun and creative. Nice job. But then they milk it so much that its udders are screaming.
I can't be happy because I know it's going to come back.
Yeah.
30 more times.
Oh, man. But, yeah, no thanks. We already briefly touched on reactivation of old Halloween events for Halloween.
Yeah,
we all
that's got 31% of the vote. I'm curious if they would want to do this more in the style of that Christmas event recently, or just
be like their own thing.
Straight up reactivate.
Yeah, I think it's just that.
I'm fine with either option, to be honest.
Same. Although, if you want to reactivate Christmas for me again, I would also appreciate it.
I admit I was actually a little disappointed with the reactivation of Christmas. Some of those events were really weak on replay.
Well, I mean, obviously, yes, but I mean, Little Town of Demonheim is still the best that's ever happened. So
yeah, it was still pretty good. I think the Scourge one was better.
Which one?
The Ghost of Christmas Past.
Oh, that one was still good. Yeah,
that one was really good. I was actually really sad to not see that one. But yeah, I would definitely voted for this. I don't want it to replace the Halloween event.
Correct.
But I would like this to be a thing.
So before we get into the next one, I'm also just going to go ahead and say yes.
Oh yeah, strong yes.
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 Sagas and mini quests added to the quest list.
Hell yes.
Please.
Duh.
For the love of God.
It's another one of those things where it's like old school has it. Why don't we have it yet?
It's one of those things. It's like, why wasn't that there to begin with?
Put it Put it on there.
I mean,
This
it
would
wasn't there to begin with
end.
because
This
they
would
were hidden
end
to begin
literally every single issue they have with adding minigames to this.
The
or mini quests
wiki
to this game.
literally has a list of all of them. All they have to do is copy off the wiki.
I mean,
they
some
have
of them are questionable as minigames. Like I think they have the
Quests,
Slayer
quests.
boss things in the dungeon.
So
That is a mini quest.
what this would require, it would require
It is.
the interface work. That's about
Yeah, and that's really the biggest part.
it. The thing is, they used to be not listed because they used to be hidden, but now they're main updates. They get announced the hell out of. They're headliners.
Well,
so why shouldn't they
the
be,
thing
like,
is, we have things
tracked?
like the Arc that gave us like so.
Right, or Tales of Nomad. That was just the headline.
That
update
was
of the
the
week.
headline update. Yeah.
Right. So why wouldn't you just point people towards it?
I mean,
forever?
it's because if you're not there the update week, then how are you going to know about it?
Exactly.
But yeah, the Desert Slayer dungeon mini quest is a requirement for the Master Quest Cape, and it does have rewards.
Because
Slayer
I'm like
experience
99% positive
and
they
room
looked at the wiki list.
Actually,
for
they didn't
making
look at
that.
the wiki list. Hellring and I looked at the wiki list and told them what to put on, among others. Hellring and I were just two of the biggest posters on that.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I think I still have the wiki page that I made to collect all the ideas for Master Quest Cape.
That's one of those. That's one of those older ones that you're like, is this a mini quest? Are we considering this?
And I said yes because I thought there was some mild lore applications there.
Is
It's
there?
one off.
Yeah, it's the Desert Slayer dungeon, and you have to deal with some stuff. Like, I was good with that.
It's just like one-off fights that you can't go back to, though. So it's like.
No, but it
But
unlocks things.
The
It
fact
unlocks
that it is
things.
one off
unlocks
makes it
teleport.
more like.
It also gives you
Yeah,
exactly 1,000 Slayer XP if you're on
Sure,
task doing it.
No, it just gives you 4,000 Slayer XP. It's not if you're on task.
Yeah, it's not a task.
I
just
feel like it was on
4,000
task at one point. Maybe I'm crazy.
Probably not. Maybe, probably not.
You're usually
But
wrong.
maybe.
Anyway.
But anyway,
um,
yes, please put them on the list.
And last but not least, Wilderness Death mechanic rework to make it.
Also,
less
wait,
punishing.
before we move on,
Oh, okay.
that would also get rid of one of the issues with making the 99 Hunter thing a mini quest. Because one of his arguments against it was, well, mini quests aren't as visible.
Now they are.
All right,
Yep.
we can move on now.
Okay.
Wilderness Death rework.
PvP deaths. I don't care enough.
Can I have the option of I want PvP to go away? Does that count?
I get that they want.
Voted yes because I'm curious what the fuck they would come up with.
This is their last ditch effort to be like, but try PvP. You don't lose anything now. Well, then what's the point? To people that want.
I mean,
don't
what
know.
does to make it less punishing even mean?
It doesn't work as a concept in this game anymore. PvP.
Like, what are you gonna? The point is you're going there risking your shit.
To get more.
What is
that other
less?
people are risking.
What is less punishing? Just not dropping anything?
Do they duplicate your things? Drop the duplicates and like keep your own.
Oh, now we're just duplicating? Oh yeah, that certainly
Yeah.
wouldn't be abused at all by anyone.
slightest.
No, I promise.
Just like how no one abused Bounty Hunter, not in the slightest.
Oh, hey, I found my old Menaphos pitch. Cool.
Nice. You should
Have
find
you
my old
actually been
architect
looking
in
through
there.
stuff?
I found how to look at my subpages, and I did indeed find my Master Quest Cape list.
Jesus.
Have you found the Eastern Lands one yet?
Oh yeah, I just looked at that a second ago. That was from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was my. I just posted it in a group chat we have. This was my initial suggestion for all the things on the Master Quest Cape. I also have cached some old interesting discussions, things like the God tiers, an August VIP question and answer thingy. Some of my old Rune Lab ideas, God tiers, Majorat tiers.
What's
Elder
funny is I
artifacts.
think I vaguely remember reading this before because I was mad at Mod Manti for wanting to make it the Achievements Cape.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Anyway, I also
Anyway,
just
you
gave you
digress.
guys access to my old Menaphos suggestion, just so we can mourn the loss of it.
More in the loss. All right, we've gotten
But,
way off
Yeah,
topic.
let's
Yeah.
move
So,
back
moving-
on topic instead of
moving on.
Amascut looking back through his old writings.
The big section of the poll, larger updates.
Yeah.
All right, Champions
gave-
Challenge 2. No, thank you. I mean,
Yes,
more
please.
challenges.
Yes, please.
Strong Pass.
Why?
Please no.
Because
I hate champion
they are
challenges.
already
One.
rare as fuck already. Nobody
would-
does this content. They're stupid grindy and they're stupid boring.
We would also add in ways for players to earn and increase their own luck at getting these scrolls.
There already are ways for players to
More
earn and
ways.
increase their own luck, and
More
they're
ways.
dumb, and I don't like them.
It looks. There's only 2 champions of champions. I want more of them. That's me, though.
Also,
I would much
it's also
rather just
getting
go.
literally shit on in the poll. It's got like
I'm aware of that.
16%. Thank God.
Good. Please. just
Champions
go.
Challenge is one of the worst minigames still remaining in the game because of how terribly it is designed to access.
It really is.
There is no reason they need to be that fucking rare.
Well,
Moving on.
I was okay with
Oh
it.
yeah, and then the other reason is this is a large update slot that we could get a quest for.
I mean,
That's
Fang,
fair.
the,
That's fair.
the Leprechaun champion has a 100% chance.
Yay. Such a great piece of content, that one.
My favorite.
Dragonkin quest.
No surprise this is winning.
Stunningly 45%.
So-
I didn't expect it to be that high.
It's
It's
just
Dragonkin.
like, it's like, come on, guys, you could be a bit more creative with your poll option than Dragonkin quest.
But, I mean, I'll be honest, though, I'm glad it's there.
The blog says enough, I think, for me.
I
what
mean,
I want to know.
I'm glad it's there. I voted for it, but
I voted
just-
for every quest.
just very blanket.
Yeah, every single quest on here was good enough that I voted for it.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
voted for every quest that was on this poll, so, you know.
We're not idiots.
I'm not gonna not vote for a quest, guys. We already don't get enough.
Exactly.
But yeah, I just found the very blanket Dragonkin quest to be very funny.
I mean, what's the blog? The blog said,
Yeah, the blog says it follows the events of Slisky's endgame with a new
Right.
situation. Might contain Robert the Strong, Carapac, Bob the Cat, King Black Dragon, and more.
I don't
So
like these
basically, it contains Bob the Cat, Carapac, and KBD.
I don't
Now-
like these
now
maybe
Now,
spatterings
can we
that
go
they
ahead
throw
and start
into things.
speculating now? If this is made, will it require in-game?
It won't.
Yes, hopefully.
It
I mean,
won't.
I hope it does, but
I hope it does.
I
but
know
doubt it.
Jagex, and I know they're not going to do it.
This one is not important enough to do so. Rite of Passage I see requiring endgame. I don't think they do with this one. Like, the endgame tie is not strong enough.
I don't know if I
Quite
see them
honestly-
requiring in-game until, like, the Elder God finale.
At the very least, I could see this requiring Rodham.
If it
Yes,
didn't,
I could
I
see
would
that.
be mad. Because Rodham is, like, core
But, you know, I could also see
Robert
them
the
ditching
Strong
that.
storyline.
Because we've gotten stuff like One of a Kind.
No,
Heroes
no.
Welcome.
If they,
Plus-
no, if they ditched that, I would be utterly furious.
They ditched it for One of a Kind.
No, they did.
Plus, let's not forget that there was the discussion with Mod Jack on Discord recently that had him arguing against adding requirements like that.
Most mods do that because they don't want to be
That's true.
stuck in the hole.
Yeah, true. I wasn't mad at him or anything. It was just it was an
Right.
interesting discussion and an argument.
They have their reasons. They value those reasons over our
And I
reasons.
imagine he was fishing for feedback as well. Jack is smart like that.
Fair. But I voted for it. It's my least favorite of the options, but I knew it would do the best. It's the
Yeah,
most
I
bland to
mean,
me.
it's because it's obviously people know what Dragonkin are. So
Yeah, there you go. Moving on.
yeah, moving on. We go to
Yeah,
Fremnick
Fremnick's
6-stage
six-stage quests. Yes.
Tentative
please.
yes.
Yes.
I do not
Though,
like.
I don't
I do
know-
not like the pitch here.
I don't like the pitch. Is my problem.
Yes. So so we have through Blood Runs Deep, which is a whole story about the Fremnick people. They have their problems, and then by Heroes Welcome, they're basically kind of like reconciling here. And we've gone through
See,
all
Heroes
of, like,
Welcome-
that arc.
Heroes Welcome has the weirdest like.
It's weak, but
It's
there.
weak because it has a really weird like way in which it tells
Keeping
how
them
the
together.
people are like coping with each other. Because Blood Runs Deep,
Yeah.
when Blood Runs Deep happens, you have like all of their problems are completely settled. Like they have that big emotional moment on the boat where they set aside all of their differences. They come together as a people to attack, you know,
Yes.
I keep wanting to say Calphites. Dagonets.
Dagonets.
Yeah. To attack the Dagonets. Like, that is them coming together as a people and doing that.
Right.
Heroes Welcome is like, they still have this weird, like, going at each other's throats in the background. It's
But
like
they're kinda
but like they're like, oh, but we both like V, so it's okay. Like that doesn't make any sense
Right.
for the storyline, because it's like that you're kind of backtreading for the sake of whatever the hell you wanted to do with V.
But I think
I actually thought Heroes Welcome was very successful in that, because
keeping it
while
together.
they came together to kill off the Dagannoth Mother, it doesn't solve all of their differences. It's just, hey, we've got this enemy threatening our way of existence. We should probably not murder each other for 10 minutes.
I mean, that's true, but it's like, even with previous quests, everything that they thought they knew about each other was wrong.
Yeah,
Because
we
in
slowly
Glory,
revealed more and more of that.
Well, yeah,
But
you're right,
Not all
because-
the citizens have the same level of information.
but it was like because in Glorious Memories, they thought that the Moon Clan was the reason that Nail got cursed.
That was the big sealing the rifts.
Yeah, like that
thing
was
for
where
me.
we started. Like, oh, they actually hate each other for completely illegitimate reasons.
So if anything, or at least we've been well on the path to it.
Yeah. The
So
thing
I don't like about-
here is that argument of reopen old rifts.
Right. That's
Oh,
so
no.
I
retreading
do
old
not
stuff.
want that.
It's
What I
doing nothing
would like is an
interesting.
investigation into the origin core of the Dagannoth and see what's left of them.
See,
I
wouldn't want
to go
that.
to Dagannoth either.
I want them to
I want new.
explore Verminic storylines that are still open, i.e., the wolves, i.e.,
The wolf at the end of all
day,
things.
end
Okay,
of all
yeah,
things.
the wolves in the end of all things, I'm with you on that.
Like,
I think
that needs to be something
That's the
that we do.
interesting. That's a 6th-age story to tell. Where
Yes,
they're
it is.
6th-age question. They
However,
just want to go back to do 5th-age stuff again.
Way back in the day, Robo Hobo and I, among others, had a trilogy suggestion that involved an
Oh,
underwater city and all that. One of the cores of that story was origin and final official 100% defeat of the Dagannoth threat.
I don't feel like I need to retread Dagannoth.
I don't think we need to go back to Dagannoths. I think we've been to Dagannoths multiple times now.
I have
And
always wanted to see like the hive mind of the Dagannoths. Like, where are these queens being birthed from?
Well,
Why?
we
What
already-
is their purpose?
I mean, we just assume that they're the same thing as, like, Caliphite queens, is they just exist.
I don't need the
So,
full in-depth
I
explanation.
don't
for
need
this
super
race.
in-depth
Challenge.
things.
The challenge is that there's intelligence there. And it makes me very much wonder if there's a Zautakian connection.
Maybe? That's just not the direction I see this. Like, Pirates are already doing that.
I mean,
I don't
we
think
already
they
have
are.
we already
Well.
have 2 hive minds that are somewhat connected to Zaltak, maybe. So I don't really know if we need another
Sea
one.
slugs and seekers are totally the same thing, guys. That's why we need to land.
I don't know. I guess I have more of an interest in more Dagannoth content.
I mean, yeah, that's like totally. We have different interests in where this. Like, my
Yeah.
interest would be in something like the End of All Things,
Yes.
and also I see there being a
That's-
Terragard connection here, but that's just way
See,
down
now,
the
if they
line.
wanted to go Terragard Connection too, that's also something that they could explore. I just don't
Right.
want them being like, we're gonna start attacking the lunar people now, because we don't need that.
That's not a 6th. First of all, it's not a 6th.
It's not
story.
6th age started with, yeah.
And I want to see something new with these characters and people. Not like the epilogue of, or the retreading of, or the reopening of.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
need them blaming each other for V's death. Like, that's not something I
I
care
would say an important focus here is making sure that it's a distinctly 6th age story.
That I would, yeah, I'd be happy
Yes.
with that. So that I voted for it, but I didn't like the reopening bit.
Yes.
I voted for it because I'm always happy to see more Fremnik content.
I'm always happy to see more quests.
Yep. Especially after being blueballed all those years ago by the Twitter hint for Livid Farm making us all think it was a quest.
Blueballed for the V quest?
Oh God, yeah,
Excuse
that's
me?
where he was going. Hero's Welcome was a great quest, damn it.
That's
It
you know
was.
what? I was less blueballed by that because I actually enjoyed the quest. The real blueballs is when they released a Twitter hint that literally said like, "Help her recover lost spells," blah 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 blah. And then we get the fucking update, and it's go grind at this farm for 40 hours instead of getting story content.
so funny.
Anyway, next one is player-controlled automatons.
No.
Arena for invention-created battlers.
And
Oh,
maybe
Jesus.
PvP in there too.
I am so glad this is just
I don't
dying.
get it.
15% of the vote. I did not vote for it.
They
Dying
keep
on the
polling stuff like this. They keep polling like battlers for
They
invention.
really, really want these kind of like create your own thing with invention and battle with it for streaming.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
here-
that's what this is, a streaming bait.
Here's all the concepts that come together to make this idea that make it awful. First of all, locking a minigame behind a requirement, because Trouble Brewing did so well. Second of all, PvP against other player minigames, because people don't boost things already. And I don't even know.
It's like a combination of Robot Wars and Pokemon, but with high-level requirements.
But both being terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no. Yeah, people voted no, so we're fine.
Okay, so we get on into the most
The one.
controversial, the one that's on here. Who wants to take it? Because I might have an aneurysm
yes,
saying it.
the Temple Knight quest.
Oh, okay. Yep, I'm gonna have an aneurysm from
120
this
summoning.
Temple Knight quest.
So I was fully ready to vote yes until I saw the
God.
blog and realized there was no idea here.
Interesting, because I was fully ready to vote no until I read the blog here and thought, wow, that's actually kind of interesting, and I voted yes.
Oh.
I gotta pull up. the
I
comments on
cannot
Reddit.
stand the fact that they put on this poll Zeracian summoning, for example. Are you fucking
Okay, so
kidding me? You are adding that
But it
onto
wasn't
this
the
poll.
Zerosian summoning itself, but I thought the idea of creatively splicing things together is
Well,
actually kind of cool.
that's not even the point. It's the fact that they put Zeracian summoning on the poll thing for clickbaity. Because they want people to
that's
click
part
on
of it.
Like, that
So
pisses
what-
me off to begin
Before
with.
this poll came out and we knew the options, I had a list of things I needed for
Mhm.
this to be for me to vote for this. I needed new familiars, which the splicing idea does not do. It just takes old familiars and throws pieces together. And I
Yeah.
wanted combat and skilling ones. I wanted a new training method or two. Doesn't have to be just 99 plus. Like it could be like reinventing like core training methods in summoning.
Ensuring that it is brimful with content and refreshed by new mechanics.
I want like a not Charm Fest. I want like just different ways. Like the
Here
variety
is
of skill
my-
things we've been getting.
Here is
And
my
also-
problem with
oh.
120 summoning. Is
I
it
need-
needed?
No,
What did?
No. It's
Is
not.
it needed?
but is
Not really.
anything don't really in this game really needed anymore?
Yes.
True.
A better
No.
Menaphos is needed.
You're not getting that.
I
But
will,
trying.
I will
I
continue
also
to
thought
try.
a system for post 99 like Ushabti, but not a catch 'em all fest, would be really like a different set of progression while you do it. Would
A
be great.
summon them all fest.
No, like not summon them all. Don't do that. Like a progression with rewards along the way for post 99 would be. It made the Ushabti helped 120 Slayer. That was the only thing that helped it really.
I admit, I have one other reason I voted for this.
But okay, go on. That was all my reasons.
I feel like they have learned that
Oh.
players will not accept unfinished bullshit from these 120 boosts anymore.
Yeah, because 120 Slayer went down
I
so
hope they
well.
learned that. I
So-
really did.
I voted for this because I thought the concept that they put in the blog was interesting enough, and I would like to see that they could finally prove themselves with the 120.
And when they don't,
I'd like to see them prove themselves.
I
too,
will
but
never vote for one again then.
I did not like the one concept they sort of threw out there, and I didn't see anything else that said there's an idea here.
also it
So-
pisses me off that we literally just had a couple weeks ago the whole we're not going to do any more 120s because of 120 Slayer going so bad. Okay. Thanks. Glad to know you care at all about what you say. This makes me mad.
I knew
But
it.
then, very interesting follow-up one. Rework accuracy and defense to make combat feel more satisfying.
This
So
is
when
the most
so when
popular
they
one.
say accuracy, are
They
are
mean-
they meaning like changing the attack skill to an
No.
accuracy
No,
skill?
they mean when you don't hit, you don't just completely miss. You just hit a lower.
They mean
amount of
your
damage.
weapon and combat accuracy and your weapon and combat defense.
See, what's funny is I might have voted for this if it was actually like a fix the fact that melee has two.
Oh, I
combat skills.
actually was really hoping that that would be
I
the
was
blog
hoping
pitch.
that's what this was.
It's not, unfortunately, and I wish it was, but I also like what they have here.
So is the problem there? I think strength is.
I agree.
I think you need to make
strength should be
strength-
a blanket
it's
damage.
Make it a power skill. Power works for like strength.
I mean, I would
It works for, like,
accept it
pulling
either
bow.
way. It just needs to be one of the
But yeah.
two: attack to accuracy or strength
That's
to power.
The one thing they talked about with Darkscape,
Yeah.
they never really did it. So anyway, what it actually is glancing blows. So if you miss, you don't like fully miss damage. You hit some damage, and the defense was to make damage soaking more of a thing instead of you either get hit or you don't get hit. So
both really good, and I like them. Yes, please.
I didn't really vote for it because I don't really see the total need for it. But if people want it, I'm okay with it.
I did because I think this is worth the time.
Well,
Make
that's
it not shitty anymore.
the pure difference between what we think.
Yeah.
Worth the time or
Another
not?
thing, though, circling back to the idea of reworking one of those melee skills, I think out of any time in this game's past, now really is the time to do it.
Really? I think that would have been, like, perfect to go with EOC, if you're being perfect.
I mean, I agree, then would have been the perfect time, but I think we're at a point now where there's enough players that are so high level that changing it over wouldn't be quite as like, oh no, now you have to train a whole skill to be effective and ranged in Magic.
I say that, though, as if even EOC was finished in time for EOC.
No, EOC wasn't finished for another 2 years.
Yeah, but
It's damn good now, but
maybe we'll see the strength rebranding at some point soon.
I hope so. All right, I did vote yes for this, though.
I did not.
I don't care if it wins or not.
All right,
I mean,
next
if it
one.
wins, then cool, but I didn't vote for it.
Let's circle back around to the other super controversial one, the Temple Knight quest.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
so
we're totally
controversial.
controversial.
Yeah.
Although taking players to the next
obviously I voted
point,
yes for this.
I mean,
Same.
sure, finally.
This-
So interestingly, I think the Abyss question mark is actually a good jumping off point by making a fucking Abyss Knight's quest.
Yes, I feel
Sorry,
like,
that was
why is
aggressive.
why is this a question? I feel like they nailed it right in the head. Do the Abyss one.
Like, while the Revenant's idea is kind of cute,
I don't understand.
no, you literally have the Abyss Knight sitting there as unfinished fucking business because y'all rushed out Shattered Worlds and made it complete trash.
Can you explain to me how Revenants work? How did Temple Knights tie into dead Third Age?
They don't. That's just
Monsters.
something they put on
They
there.
don't, but it would be like, ooh, we need to really contain the Revenant threat.
No. Do
But I
Abyss one.
love the
Animal
Abyss.
Witch one. Give
The
it
Give us
Revenant
Abyss
threat.
Knight's lore. Tie the Void Knight series into this.
Yep.
Go crazy. Make us
Because-
whatever Acolyte. I think is the next tier.
Acolyte.
Acolyte. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
The Revenant threat from all those Revenants that are sitting in that cave and don't ever leave.
Before I
It's
saw the
got
Abyss one,
34% of the vote. I think that's pretty good for requests. It's one of the lower quests. Zautak is oddly the lowest one, but I hope this gets made, and I hope it's
the Abyss one.
the Abyss Knights.
Before I saw the Abyss one, I didn't think of it, but now I want it to be that. I was thinking it's totally going to be the sea, like Salt in the Moon was all a dream thing.
Oh,
Like
I would like that too,
The actual
but-
finale to the series, you get the Acolyte rank.
I admit I would be more interested right now in an Abyss Knights.
Same.
quest.
Make the Animal Witch the antagonist.
I don't know. If you want to
Okay.
rework Salt in the Moon, please do that first.
Yeah, true. Next one, Unified Activity Tracker.
No.
No.
Why?
I don't care enough.
I'm not really sure why this is needed.
It's
honestly.
not, clearly, because no one's
Is this
voted.
them
I don't need to have my quest, my skill milestones, and achievement progress on my screen at all times.
Yeah.
You know, I check on those by clicking the interface when I want to check on them. I don't need another bar on top of my screen going, wow, you're 47% of the way there, when I can just, scroll over my remainder to XP to the next level thingy.
I agree. I didn't vote for it.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I don't really want to see it.
And it's got a really exciting 18%.
Doing very bad.
Yeah.
Almost as bad as Champions Scroll.
Yeah, almost.
So this
Next
next
up-
one, Chaos Lupus is probably jizzing somewhere off in the corner.
Oh boy.
He's yiffing real hard at this one.
Yiffing.
Vampire and Werewolf 6th Age quest. Actually, I was pretty excited by that.
I mean,
I wanna
I
see it.
voted for it, so.
So I've seen the complaints of why the hell are you doing vampires again? They're interesting. There's more to do.
It was interesting. They did a really good job of leaving the series off on a point that the 6th Age could continue on with.
I mean,
Yeah.
my thing
And-
is as long as it stays away from the vampire human issue
Yeah.
thing
Vampire
that was
human-
that
yeah,
was
as much
left
as we like to
behind
use
in the
Luffy,
5th Age.
Yeah, and as much as we like to tease Loopy, he's always had very good ideas for werewolf quests.
Yeah, where else deserves it?
Yeah.
And the thing is, we're in an interesting stage of Mortania now with the political state with
I
Miscellanea,
totally
Avernic,
agree.
Sapland. So the werewolves revolting and throwing them this huge problem to deal with, and they have to like debate it out, and we have to solve what solutions to use, and then also like calm down the werewolf threat and all that juggling, all that. I like how the series took a really political turn in River of Blood, and I think they could maintain that really well here.
Like they literally say in the blog, well, it hasn't been long since the 5th Age Vampire and Myrecky series. The characters are so engaging that we want to pick it up again.
Yeah, and the theme, go. Like I know a lot of people weren't excited by like doing the political instead of the action finale, but I thought since we don't do that ever,
we don't
really
get
cool.
a lot of political motivations in quests, and I would be a big fan of that.
So go full on with that with the Werewolf Revolt, which they set up in River of Blood again with in the army the guy in the cone yelling out.
Yeah,
bring him back. Definitely bring him back.
I would be a big fan of this, and I would really like to see this one.
This wouldn't require River of Blood. This would be like an intermediate experience quest, and just say, oh, Faraday's here and Finescula's here, but I'm okay with that, I guess.
It would be more side characters, similar to
probably more side characters.
The Light Within and not the Light Within. Whatever the fuck the elf finale was.
It was Light Within.
Perthnos Unlock.
Oh, Plague's End.
Plague's End, yeah.
But I don't think you do this a revolt quest and don't involve like Sapland and all that.
Yeah, but like it would be nice to see those characters appear in lesser roles, similar
cameo
to
roles.
like
introduce new characters.
Ariane when showed up.
Right. You're right. But
next one is one that I really like, but apparently nobody else cares for.
I know I really like it too.
But when I say nobody else, I mean on the poll itself.
Oh, okay.
Vampirium Wild Hunt, a temple trekking on Vampirium. Working with devolved vampires with similar gameplay elements to Temple Trekking, Bergdarat Ramble, but for different skills such as Hunter, and lets you go to Vampirium.
I couldn't bring myself to vote for this just because I don't like Temple Trekking.
And meanwhile, I
like
fucking adore this and would be desperate to see this in game.
I love
the awesome.
The progression systems of Temple Trekking are really cool.
I've always liked Temple Trekking, even during the grind that I had to do. Like I've always liked it.
I mean, this is another one of those things that comes down to like if they're going to be doing Vampirium content, I'd rather it not be this.
The other thing too for me, is that I have always wanted to see what Temple Trekking could have been like if it was designed with evolution of combat in mind.
That's a fair argument. I mean, the big selling point here for I think anyone who votes on it is Vampirium finally.
Yeah, that too.
That'd be great. And then you're building off of that Mortania content.
It would actually be really cool if we could figure out what happened to our one Myrecky bro.
Just have the whole minigame run by what the fuck was his name? Is Polmaffy?
Yeah, Polmaffy.
Yeah, have the whole thing run by him.
Apologies if we butcher these names, but have you seen the Myrecky names?
Exactly. Just have him running the entire minigame. He's now their leader.
That would be hysterical, actually.
He's the Lord of Vampirium.
You show up and you're like, so has any of you guys seen a body? And they're like, a body? No, we have this random human that leads us now, but like...
And then you get like all this opportunity to go into more of the tribes and stuff, like main characters from these tribes instead of just like the random throwaway at the roof party or whatever. So,
yeah, I think this was really cool.
I'm into it.
Would have been very eager to see this. It unfortunately looks like it's probably not.
It's doing really bad, unless someone gets really passionate about it. But I've been eager for this, and since they talked about going back to Vampirium with Lord of Vampirium.
Yeah, it seems like every Build a Backlog poll has one thing where I'm like, wow, this would be amazing. I'd love to see this. And then the community goes, no thanks. The last one being the Temple Trekking, the Pyramid Plunder for woodcutting.
Oh, I wish we got that.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yep. All right.
Getting
Zautak quest. I am stunned that this is the lowest quest.
I don't, are people just not paying attention to Zautak?
I think people just don't know what Zautak is.
I guess, but Pieces of Hate was very well received.
You're right, but that requires people to actually not spacebar shit.
Okay, wait, it's a high-level quest, and it's not in a main quest line that gives awesome rewards, so not everyone does it. Like Birthright of the Dwarfs, not everyone does it.
And this would be an introduction to a new Zautakian series. But You Are It was very well received as the start to a new series, so I mean, I think this would be a really great...
This is one of those things I think
series.
they shouldn't have pulled and just done.
Yeah, and I hope they do just
make
do
Broken
it anyway.
Minds. Just make it. 2 birds, 1 stone. Halloween.
Hey, there you go.
Protagonist.
Yeah, I'd be all over that.
Who wouldn't? But yeah, do the Zavatak quest. Start the series at the bottom, and now we're here.
Yeah. All right, and then the Xanaris 6th Age quest. I'm actually surprised that this one has 42% of the vote.
Second to top. And I do not know what the hell they do with it, but I'm interested.
Just, like, secretly love Xanaris?
I mean,
is that what's happening?
A pretty good reason. This would give us the chance to travel to Xanaris and explore it and other races on the moon more fully. Gimme my freaking Star Sprites quest!
No, give me freaking Death of Chivalry 2.
Or that, but Star Sprites!
If you want Star Sprites, you've wanted that for a while.
No, actually, I've never been very interested in the Star Sprites.
They could do Star Sprites, they could do Zygomates, they could do the Tango Roots,
they announced a Star Sprites quest, like something like 5 years ago, and I happened to have it on my quest in the making thread until they finally confirmed it was canceled for like ages. But yeah, it was legitimately pretty funny because like everybody always just kind of assumed I was super into it. But like I don't really care, but I would be interested in seeing
if
some
they
more,
did
like, 6-Age
Zygomites, we are getting those mushroom people things.
Ooh, that's too soon though.
So
yeah. But this is the only one. I don't know what their idea would be, and I don't have any ideas of my own.
I mean, I don't know what you can do with Xanaris, especially like that is specifically 6th Age.
The funniest part about this actually isn't that it's not that I don't have ideas for it. It's that I'm just really curious what they do with this.
Same.
In a good way. I think I would be wide open for really anything. It's one of the few series that was like wrapped up, but like the race is still there, and like they didn't have a catastrophe happen to them. And
I'm all
like,
for it.
Yeah, go crazy. Give me something interesting. I don't know what
nothing happened to them because
out.
Orc's Rift was kind of like an ass pull, but we'll go away from that.
It was okay.
I'm always going to secretly hope it's a setup to Death of Chivalry 2, dude, Enchanted Valley. That's just me.
Okay.
Yeah, but like we know that the Enchanted Valley is a part of Renmark, not part of Xanaris.
But it's attached to Xanaris.
Yeah, but still.
Grafted onto.
So Walter said that it could possibly explore how elders have focused on them, or how the elders have forced them to do their jobs, like Guthix observed in his memories.
Interesting.
So
another
that was not something I actually picked up on in the memories.
Another potential thought too would be
the elders
like
actually
maybe
force them to do things.
Cosmic Altar.
I don't know.
The Cosmic Altar is weird when you think about it.
Yes.
Because it's like it's on the moon. Why?
Yeah. I don't know. They could explain it, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That would require them to actually,
remember
remember that, we have yet to get rune crafting lore, or rune lore in general. So,
true.
Please do that.
Okay, take the Xanaris 6-Age quest and take the opportunity to do the planar map stuff. Explain that stuff.
Oh, there you go.
Since it's a nexus of planes and stuff like that, explain all that, like in-game, the tying the runes together and to each planet and stuff like that.
Go nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I could.
There's a lot of potential
get down
here, and I'm very interested in whatever that is.
I feel like that's the thing the fairies would know. Knowledge they would know.
And then finally, none of the above, the Reduct, Part 3.
Oh yeah, that's.
This one has only received 8% of the vote. I'm still really surprised. Like, I know that they slipped it into all 3 poll sections, just like curious what people would think of it, but I'm still surprised that even being pulled 3 different times, it's still this low.
I really need that sequel.
I really do, yeah.
Paris was actually glowing for the entire time.
Oh, man.
But yeah, we got through it all.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, guys, we missed the last one again. Fuck. None of the above. Osborne just keeps shoving them in every category.
Miss the joke?
Are you deaf? We literally just did that.
Oh. Well.
Oh my god.
Listen, I've had
We literally just finished making that joke.
Well, okay.
Bean bears.
So let's go. Let's get over the rest of the show. Guys, update of the year.
It's not patch note week.
Do what?
It's not patch note week, so no, it's not the update of the year.
Yeah, no, patch note is definitely not. What did you say? Did we want to talk about what?
Farming?
Is there anything new that we need to talk about with?
Perks, rewards.
It's officially going to be at the Ardugny farm.
Ardugny.
It's now required content to fight Araxor. Because
the perks are pretty cool.
There's a perk that gives you increased damage to all spiders, including bosses. So that's cool. You can have the perks multiple times, so you can have the same perk 4 times over.
Yeah.
But no, they kind of just went through like disease and stuff like that, birth.
I have admittedly not been paying that much attention to the farming thing.
Oh, the elite farming outfit is coming out and not going to be on Treasure Hunter.
Yeah, it's just coming from this.
So you get the blueprint from the farm, then you can collect the pieces.
It's so great.
Yeah.
The farm looks awesome, basically.
I haven't been paying much attention to the farming update just because, like, the Discord is so hard to keep track of with everything that they're doing.
I mean, it's slowed completely down now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just all looks great. Herbicide and seedicide upgrades to pick up the herbs and seeds like the Bone Crusher does.
Oh yeah, that was a really good one too.
I have full faith in this update.
I think it's going to be incredible. I'm really excited. I'm so glad we're finally getting ranching.
The elite skill.
Yeah.
Almost, but
No,
I think it might be a little overshadowed by elite dungeons, but I think it'll still be great.
Other thing is Solak. Apparently, they have baked a whole story into this, and you fight alongside Merethiel. Like,
yeah,
cool.
We'll see.
I'm eager to see what the story looks like. And it's coming out on the 29th, so very soon. We should hopefully be able to discuss it in the next podcast or two.
We won't have defeated it at that point.
But but there will be people who have.
Yes.
So we'll likely have that information.
Everyone's going to be going for their BBCs. Blade-bound crossbows.
I'm eager to check it out.
Yep, well, guys, I think that is it. Was there anything else y'all wanted to talk about?
Not this week.
No.
Alright, well, this has been the podcast of Owl's episode number 15. Thank you, everyone.
Wait, whoa.
Okay.
What's your update of the year, folks?
We did that.
Are you deaf? Are you deaf?
I didn't say what my update of the year was.
It's still Pieces of Hate.
It's still Pieces of Hate. Come on.
Lies. Yeah, it's Pieces of Hate.
Lies. Okay. Well, no. Tell us. What are you gonna replace it with?
Please go on.
Lodestone
update.
Yeah, moving the max skill to Lumbridge.
Yeah.
I thought it was being moved.
No. That's where I'm moving the max skill to. Actually, my update of the year slot.
I thought it was gonna be moved to Zaya.
Max skill update of the year.
Yeah, I'm moving it to my update of the year slot.
It's actually gonna be
physically. It's physically in that slot.
It's actually gonna be controlled by that fat lady from the
Theater of Blood.
The Theater of Blood quest.
Oh my god, that was the greatest animation.
Hey, actually,
that is the other thing we needed to mention. Old School has a new quest coming out.
Is it next week?
Tomorrow.
Oh, is it tomorrow?
And so Avernic will be playing through and recording it for the channel. So if y'all like some Old School content with their what is it, Legacy of Series replacement?
Yeah, how this goes.
Be ready. Hopefully it'll be good. And
I am totally expecting it to bomb, but. You know,
having seen what they did with Dragon Slayer 2, I don't think it'll bomb. Having seen what they did with Monkey Madness 2,
Dragon Slayer 2 was terrible.
No, it wasn't.
I thought it was terrible.
Wow.
I thought it was very well done.
But
anyway,
we'll see how that goes.
All right, guys. Well, thank you. Can I say it this time without being?
You can say it this time.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Wait. No, I'm fucking.
Shit. nah, just scrap it. Alright, well thank you for always as watching. I have been Crondis, this has been Avernic and Amascut. And off in the distance you can hear Walter like coughing his lungs out. Something like that.
Something.
We have much talent in the ways of...
Alright, well, we will see you guys next week.
Bye, bitches.